You took everything that I had, yeah. Walked away, but you left one thing behind. You're wondering just what that is. Yes, you are. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the wall comes tumbling down, I'll be there. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. We're gonna make a little love down by the water. Maybe have a son, maybe have a daughter. When the music man calls, that's when I gotta play. So I burn for the things I never had. I'm burning with hate, with love. Spin around. 'Cause as a boy I had a dream. Carry it with me today. Yes, I do. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the walls come tumbling down, I'll be there. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the wall comes tumbling down, I'll be there. Hey, 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 hey. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. Giotto's is so good. These chocolates are what? Chocolates? We're here about astrophotography. What are we doing? Wrong video. Whoops. Over me, got a way of your own. But I told you that life ain't a fantasy. Now I stew every day. Turn it up, it's just your way. Rocket fuel runs through your brain. Like I told you on the train, that it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. That it's the only thing she knows. She knows. So it started to rain. Met a woman with eyes like a hurricane. Told her she was the one. And she looked at the moon, looked at me and said, now I stew every day. Turn it up, it's just your way. Rocket fuel runs through your brain. Like I told you on the train. Well, it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. on my telescope now. Damn, what's wrong with this thing?
Another lost Lone Ranger. Can I break this spell? One thing right, who I make you two things wrong. If I want that fine line, who I will always take you for. If I just do left, I can hear from the right. I sleep all day long, then I'm breathing through the night. I've seen a lot of bankers, and I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all of the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I've felt a lot of women refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take the world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money and whatever else spring. But I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Guitar Players Planet.
It's gotta mean something. It's gotta.
Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the land of the new. Oh, na 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 na. Seems to me that I have lost my friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. You're afraid you're feeling alone. Time and space can never hold. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghostly embrace can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to land of the new. Oh, na 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 na. Sitting at the lake, I'm feeling confused, but I had my guitar, so I played this blues. But I'm afraid, what might be true, that I might never be back Seems to me that I have lost my friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must be back before it's too late. Before it's too late.
Someone to take me down at night. Someone to make my day. New revelation fills my soul. Oh, I can waste away. You distracting my attention. You're all that's on my mind. Not looking for perfection, but you're too hard to find. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone else. So it's a wonderful night tonight. It's really good. Cloudy nights and not cloudy nights, but clear dark sky and was it clear outside. Says it's going to be a wonderful night tonight. I mean, tonight, last night was wonderful. Tomorrow's supposed to be great. So I think I'm going to leave my telescope out all night, and it's going to be a really nice night tonight. So I'm hoping to get some really good shots of the Cave Nebula, which is part of my astrophotography meets D&D imaging. I know it's kind of looks scary, like the way I look at my eyes, kind of crazy. It's pretty cool, but I'm super excited for tonight, and let's see what kind of data I got. Well, yeah.
Dirty. I swear to God, these clouds are just pissing me the off. I don't understand. I don't listen to these things anymore. I can't take it. New York, you suck. And you know what? I'm so done with all this. My telescope's out here, chilling out, and all I got is freaking clouds and PhD beeping at me for no goddamn end. Unbelievable. What am I gonna do? I need to move. I'm so finished with this. I hate this.
Walked away to what you thought was real. You took everything that I had, yeah. Walked away, but you left one thing behind. You're wondering just what that is. Yes, you are. Well, the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the wall comes tumbling down, I'll be there. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. We're gonna make a little love down by the water. Maybe have a son, maybe have a daughter when the music man calls. That's when I gotta play. So I burn for the things I never had. Giottos is so good. These chocolates are what? Chocolates. We're here about astrophotography. What are we doing? Wrong video. Whoops.
Over me, got a way of your own. But I told you that life ain't a fantasy. Now I watch you every day. Turn it up, it's just your way. Rocket fuel runs through your brain. Like I told you on the train, that it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. That it's the only thing she knows. She knows. So it started to rain. Met a woman with eyes like a hurricane. Told her she was the one. And she looked at the moon, calling me and said, now I watch you every day. Turn it up, it's just your way. Rocket fuel runs through your brain. Like I told you on the train. Well, it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. That it's the only thing she knows. Got up on the wrong side and I'm getting burned again. That glass is looking brown today. Well, it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. That it's the only thing she knows. I woke up on the wrong side and I'm getting burned again. That glass looking brown today. Said it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. That it's the only thing she knows. 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 That it's the only thing she knows. She knows. She knows. She knows.
What the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Damn, what's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? bankers, and I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I felt a lot of women refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take the world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money, whatever else spring. And I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Guitar Players Planet.
Hey, what does he say there? What's going on? How's it going, everybody? Yep. You got volume? Yeah, I think I hear you on there. He's got the.
I have volume.
Cool.
What's happening, everybody?
Hey, we got Eric will be on in a little bit. We're just chilling out here tonight. I'm playing with some new toys, trying to figure this guy out. This is.
He's got some cool stuff.
Let me turn on the light so you can
The ASI killer.
Yeah, we'll see.
ASI air killer.
We'll see how that works out. Not sure about that. I got that. I got some of these in. I got ocals in there. There you go. So gonna be playing with these. They all just came today. So I mean, it's one of those things. So
I got a 3D printed model of an adapter for the WD-20 on my tripod. So this will eventually be
the EQ6R tripod.
No, this is for the Meade LX85 tripod, which is pretty
Very
beefy
random.
tripod.
Very random.
Yeah, well, it was one of the first equatorial mounts I bought.
Yep.
And it worked fine. It worked good, but it's not a very heavyweight mount.
Yeah, but I mean,
But the tripod is perfectly usable, and now I can have the EQ6 and WD-20, two different scopes going at the same time.
There you go.
So, but I have a stepson who is proficient at machining things. He's going to take a block of aluminum and make this a permanent piece. So he did it initially on the 3D printer to make sure that we can put it on there. It's going to fit. Everything looks like it lines up. And then he'll put it on the CNC machine at his shop and make a fresh one. So if anybody needs a funny mount adapter or anything like that, hit me up. Let me know. Send me the specs. Send me all the information, and potentially I can get it made for you.
Nice.
For a bargain basement price.
Only for AstroWorld people.
Only for AstroWorld people. That's correct. Patreon members only.
Yeah, there you go. But I'm still waiting on the final price on this. I don't know yet. They haven't come out with a U.S. price list yet. I was able. It's funny. I was able to get this, and the people that got it for me will remain nameless due to the fact they may be thrown in a Chinese gulag. But so you know, I got this smuggled from China into the United States. I think I may be one of like maybe 2 or 3 people in the U.S. that actually have one. And
That's pretty amazing. You got one before Quib. That's pretty good.
I should just send it to him. I should send it to him. Hey, you want an Astro Station, Queeve? You want one?
Yeah, you work the bugs out on this thing.
You have more time than I do, my friend, and a lot more followers. So I mean, if you want, you know,
he's good at working that stuff out too.
Actually, this has already been promised to Sean, and he's going to kind of work out the bugs into a.
Oh, there you go. Sean could do it too.
Yeah, Sean. I've been playing around with it a little bit. I have not been able to get it to link up to whatchamacallit, to what do you call it? To BlueStacks. I've been able to get the APK loaded in and on. But I'm wondering if the emulator isn't screwing with things a little bit. So I'm charging up today. I'm charging up right now my Samsung Galaxy Tab, because right now the app is only for Android right now, even though the box does say Apple on it. So that's always under, you know, that it'll probably be out. That's probably what they're waiting on, is the Apple app.
That's possible. What's BlueStacks?
BlueStacks is a Android emulator for Windows.
Okay.
So I could run, like if I was using an ASI Air, I could run it off my computer and inside, or laptop, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we're not. I promise you, I got my brains back somewhat. I'm gonna really try not to throw this show off the rails like I did on Wednesday. Like really early. I mean, it was like 15 minutes of Astro, and the rest was just talking crap. But I take all the blame for that. Take all the blame for that. I take all the blame for that. I am the one that does it most of the times, and that's my style. So I mean, you love it or hate it. If you hate it, turn it off. If you love it, keep it on. That's all. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
But so this is the Tube Tech Astro Station. So it is the ASI Air kind of competitor that supposedly will work with any peripherals that you may want to throw in here.
Yeah.
Different
any
cameras,
piece of hardware.
any ASCOM run kind of thing.
Does it work with Indy, or do you know?
As far as I know, yes. Not 100%. I'm literally just got this today. So I haven't been able to play with it or get in there. But it looks very similar to the ASI Air. It's black, not red. It does have a SD card slot, the regular one, not the mini or the TF card or whatever. It has a USB-C port right here. I don't know if you can see it with the light on it, but there it is.
See.
Power in 12 volt power switch, Wi-Fi antenna. What you're used to, the 4 12 volts. And
how many USB?
Same thing as your ASI Air.
Okay.
2 3s, 2 2s, and an Ethernet.
Cool.
And Eric just popped on, so let's get him in the mix here, because he's the one that keeps me straight. So
there he is, Christmas tree in the background and all.
Yeah, the Christmas tree's up already. It's freaking July, man. What the hell?
The Christmas tree was never down.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Eric.
What's happening? Everybody?
I saw your nasty looking crescent. That looks pretty badass.
Thanks, brother. Thank you.
It did look good. I didn't get a chance to kind of take a look at it in earnest, but I did see it.
It looks pretty sweet.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Looks like my neighbors had a pool party today. I'm pissed.
They
I
didn't,
wasn't
they didn't
invited.
invite you, man. I guess they don't like you.
It looked like it was all the kids in the neighborhood. I didn't want to deal with that.
You could have a little American Beauty thing going on, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Anyway, so what's up, man? How you doing? You all right?
Yeah. Just got done having dinner, and Wednesday was just a crazy day, work and all that stuff. But today I actually got out, and Dave, you'll appreciate this. I got my new driver.
Nice.
Oh, you did. Oh,
Yeah.
see. Just for the record,
Already off
just
the rails.
for the
It's fine.
record, it was not me this time.
Yeah, already off.
What'd you get?
I tried really hard for 15 minutes, actually 13 because we were late. 13 minutes to kind of stay on track, and Eric just effed it up.
Well, you asked him what he's been up to.
That's what I was up to.
I meant Astro. I didn't mean golf. But anyway, go ahead. no, what'd you get, man?
I got a Launcher XL.
You did.
Oh,
You did.
you got the launcher. Okay, that's it.
The Launcher XL. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, I pretty much went all Cleveland.
So you're all Cleveland. Yeah.
Yep, I went all Cleveland. I ordered a Highwood. I get that tomorrow. And then I ordered my clubs. So those are the Halo XL full face.
Okay. Yeah.
Clubs. So yeah.
So you're not breaking any. You're not breaking any Illinois laws by having Cleveland equipment, right?
A little bit. A little
you know
bit.
what? The White Sox suck right now, so I can go Cleveland if I want. I don't think it'll matter.
No, you know, Eric. They're saying that everyone thought you were bald, and they're seeing your hair for the first time. It looks like
I do shave my head most of the time, but
he's been slacking. It's been busy.
Yeah, I've been busy. So
oh man, you've been working, man, just like the rest of us. You know.
Yeah, man. I usually shave my face, but you know what? Not in a few days, and I figure I'm not doing it this morning because I got to get on the plane tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow morning before I go and leave for Michigan.
Gideon, I love you, brother. He's like, Eric, you sound a little crusty. What is crusty?
He's growing a fro.
Do I sound like toast?
He's growing a fro. Like what's it? Who is it? Who is it? Fletch? Remember Fletch? 6'5",
oh my
6'5" with the afro, 6'9".
Oh my God, dude! I wish I could grow a fro, but thanks to my mother, to genetics, my mother's genetics, I am never gonna get past this height.
My mother's
I want to see Eric.
I could grow a fro, but
I want to see Eric in like a Kid and Play kind of thing.
You know what? I did back in the day in high school.
I want to see that picture.
I did have a high school. But yeah. But anyway,
Eric, we're the Philly. A flat top Philly.
There you go.
No kidding. So yeah, everything's been, as far as Astro, everything has been going good. We've got some really good weather tonight and tomorrow.
I'm glad you do.
Awesome. Yeah. So
great weather tonight and tomorrow. And this is new moon week.
I know. Rub it in.
So I'm working on one of my favorite targets, a target that I have shot several times successfully, and it's almost like I do it every couple years. NGC 7380, the Wizard.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I love the Wizard. I love the Wizard. Matt's asking you, Dan, can you turn Eric's volume up a touch? What's up, Corin?
Really? Okay. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. So yeah, So I kicked out. So it's for those who haven't seen it on Facebook or on my AstroBin or on my website, astrowitheric.com. I did kick out my Crescent. And for those who haven't seen it yet, I'll just share it here really quickly.
Yeah, show everybody. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackie.
Jackie said she has a story for me about some Christina girl. Christine
So,
Utter?
Uh-oh. Somebody.
So there it is.
School?
I
God,
don't
it
know.
looks really good.
yeah. So this was a combination of RGB stars. Each RGB filter were 30 seconds. I did 60. 60
Each?
frames, 30 seconds each of each filter.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
And then for the narrow band, 52 300 second each of hydrogen alpha and oxygen 3.
Nice. It looks really good.
So yeah, thank you. And a lot of it, all done, processed, pre-processed all through PixInsight using a lot of SETI Astro tools and scripts, as well as Russell Croman's, of course, with Blur Exterminator, Star Exterminator, and Noise Exterminator. So making things really, really helpful with me working on this. And, some tutelage, that I picked, from Sean, him giving me tips and stuff like that we've done on the air.
I love it. I love you didn't
heard
oversaturate or anything. It looks really smooth.
I heard you two throwing
Natural.
shade on my Eagle. I heard you. I heard you guys talking that crap. The hell.
Please don't throw shade. What are you talking about?
That's not what I heard, man.
You heard nothing.
You heard absolutely nothing.
Yo, I thought you were my friend, man.
I thought you were my friend. What? So,
with friends like you, who needs
Exactly.
enemies?
right?
I'll just quit.
I'm done. So with this and me being up this post, I brought up a topic that I wanted to share a little bit, because also this is newbie Fridays, newbie and novice stuff. So let me share. Let me go here to one of my spots here, and I want to bring up, if I can find it. There was a comment, and it's not a big deal. I mean, I don't take a lot of this stuff. I don't take a lot of these things personally or anything like that. But it was just something that I wanted to share that brought up a very good point, and if I can find it here, I will, and I'll share it. So let me see if I can find it here, and then I'll share it. So you guys can just keep talking until
I'm trying to get this stupid thing working over here. This Astro station.
George, where is your
Okay. Yeah.
your site? Where's your dark sky site, George? He said a bunch of people went to their dark sky site. It's still over 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
It's got to be in Arizona somewhere, I would think.
George Lutch, is he in Arizona? Texas, Rising Star, Texas. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we're 100 degrees here in Virginia. So, yeah. And obviously Jackie, Baltimore, 50 miles north of me. So, yeah. And it's a hot and humid heat too.
So let me share my screen here again, and we can have a little bit of a discussion on this. So let me go to your screen and share. Okay, so here was my a lot of times I just do simple blast posts on a lot of the groups that I've joined and stuff like that on Facebook. And this one was in the group Budget Astrophotography. And, which was very, people coming up saying, very nice compliments, like, how the heck you get such a clear picture, stuff like that. And someone saying at that point now, it's no longer Budget Astro.
Yeah.
And then someone saying, I'm about to sell all my stuff and buy all of his. Need about 10K. And then someone says, maybe we need to post your receipts, because I guess in this group they have a rule, that says they don't want anything over posted that's equipment that's over a certain dollar amount. I believe their dollar amount is $3,000.
Oh, well then, yeah, you're
way over.
You're busted. You're busted.
So that's wrong. But no, so I was way
You're
out.
busted with just having the dome.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But what it brings up is a question of, budget when it comes to astrophotography. And budget is it can be relative, right?
That is true. Yeah.
It can be quite relative, and it really depends on, for this group of people, it's $3,000. For other people, it could be $10,000. It could be whatever. And I'm not trying to justify anything for me, but I would say for me, I'm just a middle-class guy, and everything that I buy, it's a lot of this stuff I build up to this. It's Correct. Not like I can drop, a bunch of money.
It's not like you bought it yesterday and then
exactly.
You got it.
And then I got a picture of this. All of this was a very gradual thing. Like my mount. My mount I bought secondhand. The OTA was priced. I bought that pre-COVID, and you can't. And I'll be honest, you can't get, or I don't believe you can do a monochrome setup under $3,000 with everything that goes into it, with the filter wheels, pending the filter, unless it depends on the filters. It depends on
you get like a 183 mm with 31 millimeter filters and get really small, and it's going to be tough. $3,000 is going to be tough just because of the mount.
It's going to be tough because of the mount. I mean, heck, if I would have said I would have mounted this on my AVX, which I still have, I bought that AVX at the time. I bought it. It was $800, $800 or $900, right? And then you buy an edge on top of that, just the edge. Okay, if I bought the edge in the AVX, just for that at the time would have been about $2,100.
Yeah,
about $2,100. Then you throw in a reducer, then and that includes a reducer, because $1,700 and then another $800. You're about $2,500 or so, and then you got to get a camera, and if you're doing a one-shot color, then it's
so you're gonna be potentially right about that $3,000.
You could be. You could definitely be. Could be around $3,000. It just depends on the equipment, and I live by a budget. Okay, my wife, God love her, she gives me an allowance basically. She says,
all right, $50, right?
I get $50, and I got to hold on to that $50 every month, and it just piles up, and then eventually I can do something.
Apparently, Dan doesn't, because he bought something that he showed us on Wednesday that he's going to get in big trouble for.
Right,
but no, you don't know about this.
He doesn't know, Eric.
We'll get to that in a second.
That is definitely an off the rails segment. So
we'll get to that in a minute. But my point is that to the group of budget astrophotography, I totally agree. I totally understand. Your rules are your rules. I broke the rules. Not a problem. I get it. However, when it comes to budget astrophotography, what do you consider budget? Are you talking low budget? You know, maybe a DSLR and a tracker, and in their case, excuse me, that's probably what they're talking about is maybe smaller refractors, like maybe the SV Bony refractor, or you know,
doublet, you know, little 60
doublet,
millimeter,
you know, things like that. You know, so and you can still get very good pictures. Like if you got a Zenith Star 61 or 80, you know, those doublets are quite good and they're relatively low cost, right? And you can, and that can run on a very modest HEQ5, EQ6, and AVX, stuff like that, you know, and you can get a 180, like to Dan's point, you get a 183 mono with ZWO filters or something like that. Or you could get Optolong or Antlia filters, pending. It just depends on where you want to invest your money.
Yeah.
So, but when it comes to budget, and we've talked about this a lot, and we'll keep talking about this a lot. When it comes to budget in astrophotography, your budget should be invested primarily into your mount, right? It has to be. I mean, if you want to do long exposure astrophotography and you want to get the very best photos you can possibly get on your budget, you've got to find, you know, the best mount you can possibly find within your budget.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to track well, going to do everything you needed to do. It's going to balance well, all that stuff. Because my AVX, love it, hate it. I like it. It's a very good low budget mount. If I would have known more, I probably would have got an HEQ5 maybe to start out with.
Yeah.
Because HEQ5, those are, you know, for a budget, those are rock star mounts. You know, if you're talking budget and stuff like that. So you can, depending on your budget, and say in this case a budget of $3,000, you can definitely build a very good astrophotography setup at that $3,000 point. You will most definitely hit that $3,000 point, you know, and you are going to have to buy certain things secondhand and stuff like that. But and there's absolutely there's nothing wrong with buying secondhand stuff. I mean, some of the stuff that I buy is secondhand. Why? Yeah. Because I got 5 kids to feed
on $50.
On $50. Okay?
and you know, like I said, budget also means what's your budget. You know,
what's your budget?
Yes. And ideally, you know, once you figure out where you want to go, you have to budget yourself to be able to get to that point. Yeah, that's what I've done. I mean, I've spent a lot of money on this hobby, but it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, I've done this much with this equipment. I want to step it up to better equipment. I'm going to start putting money aside and budget this out so that when I do have the money, boom, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to get it. And hopefully by the time I'm ready to spend that money, it's still that cost, you know, the way inflation is nowadays.
It's
you got it up. You got it up. There you go.
All right. We'll talk about that in a second. But
I got it up. Finally. Only 2 blue pills. She said. Only 2 blue pills and everything is fine.
It's all good. But it's also like in my rig situation, in my rig's case, and in a lot of other people's, when you talk about budget astrophotography and trying to stay within a budget, start small and build upon it. Yeah, right?
Exactly. You got your dome on a budget.
I got my dome on a budget. I got my
secondhand.
Yeah, I get it secondhand. Exactly. Yeah. Your rig, you can build your ideal rig, you know, on a budget. It just takes time. It's just how much you want to invest at that particular time. And you can improve and while you are getting to that point, to, get that next piece of equipment or what have you. You use what you have, you work with what you have, you learn on how to master as best you can on what you have, and you learn to, master, the post-process, piece. You learn to do the best you can with Pix Insight or APP or APT or Nina or whatever. You do whatever you can to get to that point that you want to be, because we all know, we are all, both for the most part, we're not CEOs, okay? We don't have golden parachute retirement plans, We don't have all that stuff, unlike Dan here, who's got a whole, he's got, the holy grail of Astro stuff behind him. But you know what? He's running a business though, but that's different though, because he's running a business. But we don't, we are just like everybody else. We're living in the rat race, trying to get the cheese. Where's our cheese? Trying to get our cheese and just do from point A to point B. It's just a gradual thing. This whole rig that I got set up, I did this pre-COVID. This was all from COVID up to now. So that's what, 3 years to really get to this point. So
and to give you a perfect example, I spoke to a gentleman yesterday on the phone, and he's, I guess he works for he wouldn't say the artist's name, but they wanted to take lunar shots and blow it up to like a 40 by 60 kind of, it's going to be like in a galleria. And they wanted the Ramadan moon. So they wanted the they wanted the I guess it's the right side crescent kind of, which is the Ramadan moon. I got a little confused about that, and this is coming from a guy who dated a Bangladeshi for 3 years. So I was a little confused on the pictures, because if you Google it, the image of Ramadan has the left side illuminated with the star on the top. And if you look everywhere else, the actual moon is the right side illuminated when they talk about it. So I wasn't sure which way it was. And the guy who I was talking to wasn't sure. If anybody could throw some light onto that subject, let me know. That'd be great, because then I can tell that guy what's that. But because I have no clue. But whatever the case may be, he wanted to do the right side, and he wanted to shoot it this weekend. The weekend of the 6th, 7th, 8th. And I'm like, not happening.
Yeah, there's no moon.
Yeah. And even so, you could get the right side of the moon, but it's right after sunset. And so it's so close to the sun that it's going to look like a daytime moon, more or less. Or it's going to be so low, it's going to be like, that brownish, brownish orange kind of color, So, thank you, Tarek. Oh, you're the best. I love you. Thank you.
Doesn't matter which side.
Thank you.
Doesn't matter which side, just a toenail.
I should have asked you, Tarek, coming from the UAE. I'm not trying. I figured you were the closest to that part of the world than any one of us. So I mean, I probably should have thrown that out there. But thank you, please. But either way, the artist wanted the right side for whatever thing that they were going for. So I was like, you got to wait till the wintertime to be getting this, because it's too low, number one. And it's just the right side is always too close to the sun. So it's one of those things where you got to kind of sit there. And I told him, I said, I actually, when you're doing business, and this is the whole topic of this conversation, when you're doing business with people that have the money, like have lots of money at their disposal.
Yeah.
But this is a one and done project, right? So that's all they're going to do. They're never going to do deep sky. They're never going to do anything. They're going to, that's it. They just want the crescent moon. That's all they want. But through conversation, so I was like, you're a photographer. What? Don't you have a telephoto lens or something you could use and just take some video and stack it and get a higher resolution so you can print it on something that big? But you got to I was trying to explain the video aspect to them so you could bump up the resolution through video files.
Right.
And that's what you got to. And he was like, "Oh yeah, video." I said, "Yeah, video. That's what you kind of got to do." So whatever the case may be, but I downsold them. I said I had him at an 11-inch Schmidt to do this with a mount and everything because they wanted something
so up close.
Yeah, they wanted to take up the whole frame of a full frame DSLR mirrorless camera. Yes, mirrorless camera. So they're shooting with the Sony A7 IV.
Oh man.
So yeah, beautiful camera. Yeah, just rotate it and processing. No one will.
Well, yeah, but if it's going to be that detailed, they're going to know those craters aren't on the right side.
Nobody's going to know this.
I know they won't, but somebody might, and then you're busted.
Yeah, then you're busted. But whatever the case may be. So I downsold them. I said, listen, I would love to sell you a $10,000 mount and a rig and a camera and the whole thing. But this is a one and done thing rent yourself a good $400 to $600 telephoto lens. Buy a $250 tracker. Buy a Move Shoot Move with a ball mount.
Yeah.
Throw it on your Manfrotto and have a day. You're in and out for like less than $500.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best I could do. But now he's like, oh, well, we want something to fit the whole thing. And now he's back to the 8-inch Schmidt. He's down to an 8-inch Schmidt now. So, I mean.
But you can crop it.
He doesn't, they don't. The artist, whoever the artist is against.
They want a single shot.
They want a single shot, no cropping, film the frame, the whole thing, high res.
It's not going to be that high res.
Well, it depends on how much frames you take. I mean, I told him, I said, you're better off getting a refractor. It'll be a lot more sharper than a Schmidt, a Lunar.
It doesn't even have to be that big of a refractor.
No, I was going to sell them on an 80 Esprit.
Yeah, that'd be probably perfect.
400 millimeters good, but I don't know. So some people, listen. I hope you're not listening. I hope you're not listening, but because I'm not mentioning any names. But you know what? If you're watching and you're just doing a one and done, rent yourself a good telephoto lens for the weekend. That's going to be clear. And just shoot it. Shoot your video, get something to tracks, get like 15, 20 minutes of video.
Yeah.
Stack the top 30% and have a day.
Yeah. And it'll be an amazing picture.
Yeah, put it through. Somebody was talking about gigapixel the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and putting it through gigapixel and throwing it in there to bump the resolution up.
Yeah, and that would be great. And
yeah.
10 times better than a one and done.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't forget, we're almost at time for the for image of the week.
Yes, we are.
Well, don't forget. We already have, by our rules, we already have our first novice announced. So
I saw there was one in there. There was nobody else, just the one.
There was one.
That's all right.
All right.
So
we got a winner, chicken dinner.
Oh yeah.
Just like the lottery, you got to play to win. So if you don't play, you can't win.
I'm never gonna win the lottery.
Yeah. Sometimes that's why I don't even bother.
It's not worth it if it's not like 750 million. It's not worth it. It's not worth the $2.
I don't know about all that, bro.
Yeah, right. I could do a lot with that, even after taxes.
Hey, I can do a lot with $5 million, even after taxes.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
I can live a very nice life just off of $2.5 million.
Amen to that.
Jeez. So
they say money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you a jet ski.
Yeah.
Ever see anybody unhappy on a jet ski?
Exactly.
It's impossible.
Yeah, it can't buy you happiness, but it can sure grant you some great toys. And those toys,
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right.
oh man.
I wish I could show you guys this. I just can't show it on the screen because it doesn't work with BlueStacks. BlueStacks does not work.
So, but you're using the, what are you using it?
I have a really old Samsung, like,
so
Galaxy
you're
Tab.
using, it's the Android.
Yeah, it's only Android right now because it's still in beta. So,
gotcha.
Even though the box does have a picture of Android, Apple, and Windows on it.
So they just haven't got the bugs worked.
Yeah, it looks like it. I don't have any equipment attached to it, so I'm not messing with it. I just wanted to get it running, and see if I get it. But it looks like it's kind of like the same thing. There are buttons for main camera, guide camera, focuser, couple other things. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'm curious to see how to get onto, like, you know how the ASIR has the station mode, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find out how to hook this up to my home network, so I don't have to be playing around with this little dinky kind of thing here.
Speaking of focusers, Quid put out a video this morning about
the Gemini.
Gemini, is it Gemini? Yeah.
What, from
it looked
Optech?
like no, it's just this company Gemini, and it is literally a clone of the EAF, but instead of $200,
is it the Gemini from Optech? Because
I don't. It looks like
because Optech makes a focuser called the Gemini.
It was the company, I think, is called Gemini.
Okay,
but it looked like a clone of the EAF, and instead of $200, it's $70.
Yeah, but here's the thing with this, and I was talking to somebody about, and listen, again, I'm not trying to bash CWO, and I'm not trying to do that, but here's the thing. There's a reason why these focusers, these box focusers, with the exception of the Pegasus, cost so little.
A little different. Yeah.
It costs so little, right? They're relatively small amounts for a semi-decent focuser. But the problem is that, at least in the EAF, it's a 10 micron focuser. 10 microns. That's how far each step goes. Yeah. It's so wide that the focus isn't as tight as you really could get it. And as you get into the longer focal lengths, even though your focus might be good and you're shrinking the stars and you're doing all that kind of stuff and you're blur Xing the hell out of things.
Yeah.
We're always been a fan on the show of get it on chip first, before you kind of mess with things. AI is kind of taking that term and making it a little bit obsolete. But it's always better to have good data on chip before you start manipulating it with either AI or whatever else you decide to use. As far as I'm concerned, that could be
ideally. That's your ideally right.
Yeah, I mean, you could sit there and press blur X, and that star will go, boop, and you're good. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Should do we need to worry about these type of things anymore? These sub-micron focusers, non-sub, EAF.
I mean, I love having the fact that when I'm acquiring images, and when I'm using like the Nightcrawler, and I'm seeing my HFR values as low as you'll ever see them, where the EAF, they could be better, but they're not as good. Yeah. And that's, because the EAF, like you said, is, it's 10 microns.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then you go only $70 more or so because it's on sale. You get the Prima Luce.
The
Pegasus, Either
Yeah,
one.
check.
Now you're sub-micron focusing,
Yes.
and your stars are looking on acquisition, looking so much better and
Yeah.
smaller because there's so many more steps in between. There's so
One
many.
step of the EAF.
Yeah, so you get like
Yeah.
700 steps for one EAF step. It's incredible. It's in some cases. So you can get that focus even tweaked to the point where it's really kind of, it's nice to have it on, that you don't have to do any manipulation. You can just take that raw data and just go with it.
Yeah.
Not saying that you can't do that with EAF. I'm just saying it's harder as you get to the longer focal lengths, because that critical focus zone that Pete Myers speaks about whenever he's on the show, that critical focus zone
Mm-hmm.
for a refractor or a short focal length, your critical focus zone is huge. So it's like, for you golfers out there, it's like using an offset club. It's very forgiving, right? It's very forgiving. Now, as you get to higher and higher, 2,000, 2,700, 3,000 millimeters, that critical focus zone shrinks.
Yeah. I noticed that when I was using my RC with the EAF. It just
couldn't handle it, right?
Never got me really good focus. Yeah.
As you get, that's what makes it more imperative that you have that sub-micron focuser with a lot of steps in it, so you can make those intricate movements of that focuser to get those stars as tight as possible.
Yeah.
All my telescope have night crawlers.
As has night crawlers. Yeah. I mean, it's just, again, when it comes to, like we talked about earlier, it just depends. It's about your budget. I mean, and it's about what you can afford and to do, what you can afford to do, what with the equipment that, within your budget, with the equipment that you have. Me personally, again, like to Dan's point, nothing against ZWO, but that their particular focusers, just like maybe with a QHY and like the other box focusers, as you become more experienced with astrophotography, you become more experienced in understanding your equipment more and the equipment that is offered out in the marketplace. You can start making decisions on what is going to work best for you, as well as what type of imaging do you want to get. Because like Dan says, if you want to get the best image, it's best to get it right off the chip, right? So for me, that would be something like maybe rethinking and looking at getting, a Senso from Prima Luce for my refractor, because it is that sub-micron, focuser versus an EAF, so you can have those, those sharper, pinpoint stars versus on an EAF. It just really depends on what you're trying to accomplish at that given time and what you can afford at that given time. Because who's to say 1 minute, you can just get started, buy an EAF for $200, and then if you feel up for it, maybe the following year or something, maybe you have some extra disposable income, and maybe you can afford to spend $350 instead of the $200 and get the Senso, and then sell the EAF for $75 or $50, something like that. It just really depends.
Well, you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about getting that 2.5 low profile.
Yeah, it's a great little focus.
My 9.25 edge. Now, I guess again, we are Swiftwater, Corin. I just saw a bunch of people. Greg Henry, how you doing?
Gregory.
Yeah. saw some new people in chat, but I'm wondering because it's been a long time for me with Schmidt screens. I've spent at least a decade of not using one.
Not dealing with it. Yeah.
Now I still have in the closet. It's now in the closet of death. It has moved to the closet of death. The reducer, the for the 9 1/4 is already in there. So I guess my question is, and maybe things have changed. I don't know if they changed with the Edge. So again, being newbie, maybe I'm playing devil's advocate here, playing a little dumb or not, whatever. Do I have to have good spacing without the reducer or the Edge and put a camera on them?
Not for 9 1/4. You don't. It's not. You don't need to worry about that as much as you have to with the 8 and a reducer.
Well, no, I'm told no reducer.
Oh, I'm saying. If you were if me using a reducer, you have that such a tighter, window of back focus. You have to stay within 105 millimeter. So here for me,
that's with the reducer, though, right?
That's with the reducer. But see, with the Edge, with anything 9 1/4 and above, then it doesn't matter. It's all the same length. I think it's like 143 millimeter. Doesn't matter.
But that's with the reducer.
That with and without. It's only the 8 that you have that variant between 1/3, between F10 and F7, and you have to have that 105 millimeter with the reducer with the Edge 8. With a 9 1/4 and above, they're all the same back focus with the reducer or without.
Huh. Okay. I learned something new today that I did not know. So does it have to be the 146 or can I be less than 146? Can I be it? Because I'm throwing the 2.5 inch.
I'd say as long as you're probably within a millimeter.
So I got to be at the 146.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You got to be pretty darn close to 146.
Even without the reducer. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means I got to have a big kind of space in between that and the focuser.
Yeah. You still have to have that space. So yeah. So that way, you could then use, the T-ring, because that T-ring is going to give you 50 right there.
All right.
And then you can then
That's
do whatever.
96. So.
Right. And then you've got your additional, if you're going to use the focuser.
The focuser's what, like 27 or something? That's
like 27 or so, and then and your OAG and your filter wheel, other things.
I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna try something different. I'm going with a guide scope. I'm gonna try.
Okay, yeah. So you're still gonna have to be at 146 regardless, with or without a reducer.
I just, once you set up an OAG, everything works great. It works awesome. I've used an OAG.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
It's just getting there.
It's not that hard.
It is when you're in New York, and I'm just as bad as you with the weather.
It depends. It just maybe depending on your size or what have you. But once you get it locked in, man, you're set. It's set. You're done, and that's why I like and if you are using a Celestron OAG, you have a much.
I will not use a Celestron OAG. I will not.
I'm just saying.
Hate it.
I think they're very good. I mean, you have that big body. You can add that big body.
But that's the problem. If you want to add anything to it, you're screwed.
But Dan, if you're at 146, man, all you really need, you can add on that. You can purchase an additional piece, which is like a slightly bigger body on the end, right? You can start swallowing up that 146 to make it a bit easier for you instead of worrying about, okay, I got to get additional space for here, get additional, space for there. If you're using that Celestron OAG, even if you're at F10, with the Pegasus, not the Pegasus, but the Prima Luce, Asado, and everything, and you're still using this T-ring in it,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
you are going to get to that 146 a lot quicker.
And
No,
the
I
nice thing
get that.
about the Celestron OAG is it is 360-degree rotatable.
Exactly.
Where
Yeah,
a lot of
throwing Arco
OAGs
back there, I'm fine.
you only have, well, what I mean is for getting the OAG in a spot where you can get stars.
Yeah.
Where
Yes.
you can spin that thing around depending on where your camera sensors align.
See,
You
there
can
you go.
always line it up.
You
Where
have
I have an issue with my OAG because I can only rotate it so far. So I have to make sure that my camera's threaded on just right so that I have enough room with my OAG to move it to where it's going to be in the right spot above the camera.
Right.
So yeah,
Now,
you literally just pop these inside by the flattener. Now you're gonna have to excuse me. This is something that annoyed me a little bit. The guy who sent this to me, I don't have any end caps.
Oh, you don't have the cap. You don't have the end cap. The screw-on end cap.
I need new end caps for this.
Yeah.
For both sides. But yeah, I get that. You could do this, and this, and there goes.
And you can rotate it depending on where your camera.
Your off-axis guider can be turned in order to get those guide.
So if you take off that reducer and then you put that big body OAG on the back of your visual back, right? And then just like that. And then prior to that, just between there, then you go ahead and you put on the I think you go ahead and put on the focuser. I'm trying to remember if you put on the focuser before or after. I got to take a look at mine really quick. Because you have to, make sure, because I think you put the focus.
Well, the focuser should be over here.
Over here, right.
And then, because that moves the whole train back and forth.
Exactly.
Correct, yeah.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, this has also got, I mean, I don't know how what he was
you may not, then I may need to reconsider what I'm saying, what I said earlier. You may just need to go ahead and use a smaller body then. For that side where, instead of that larger body there, you would take that off and you would use a
this is also set up backwards.
You would do it like a 48 mil.
But you got the present point the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, this is the way I got it, so I don't know.
So, let me just grab this here really quick.
The good thing about this is that it's modular. That's the only thing that's good about it. Everything comes apart.
It's got a nice big mirror on it too.
Yeah.
What is it? 10?
10 millimeter prism. Yeah.
I like that 10 by 14 though. That 10 by 14 prism. I love that. Because then it gives you a nice wider kind of field.
Wider, yeah.
And if you use like
when you're dealing with long, very long focal lengths like that, being able to rotate that thing if you have to, because when you're zoomed in, especially certain parts of the sky, you gotta consider what stars are going to be available to me to pick off to guide on.
Yeah. See, so this is the camera side here, right? And this is the scope side here, right?
Yeah.
So what you want is the flat side of the prism facing the stars, right?
Yeah.
So,
the scope.
This one was, I just did it really quick. I just flopped them. Then the thing that's good about what Celestron did well with this is that it's both modular. Each one has the same collar, so it doesn't matter. But it's very easy to kind of screw it up, and was definitely screwed up.
So for you, I'm looking here. So since you're not going to use the reducer, then you would have your visual back. So you would basically have this. So you would basically have your visual back, and then that would go into
Actually, I have to buy one of those because that didn't come. It wasn't in the box.
The T-ring, the T-ring,
the 50 millimeter visual back.
The 50 millimeter T-ring. Yeah, so you want to get one of those, and then that would go on. into your Asato in replace of the reducer, and then you just keep going and build up on it.
Yeah.
And I really think you'll be there in no time.
Yeah, the Moags are great, man. The Moags are awesome. Those Astrodon, mother of all guiders.
Yes.
Those things are great. And the first time I ever came in contact with one was because what's his name bought it? Scott Cole bought one, and I helped him put it together, and it's really, really great. It's huge.
Yeah, it's big.
Big focuser. I mean, this has got. I thought he had a smaller.
For something like that 9 1/4, that might be a good option for you.
Well, he's got. Well, no, I mean, this is fine. I mean, I'm not going to go crazy on this yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe in the future when I go buy something else, that's fine. Maybe I'll upgrade this. The one thing that bothers me about this whole setup is this space, dead space right here.
Well, that's going to go away. You're going to take that off. You're going to take that off because that's where your Asato's going to go.
Right. Well, here's the thing, though. Also, the adapter's got to be deep enough to not hit the OAG. You got to have it because the OAG hangs over. This isn't like flush.
Well, don't forget, like you said, it's modular, so you can always loosen it and adjust.
No, but what I'm saying is, if I take this off, right? If I take this adapter piece off, right? Right, it's gone.
Take that off.
And I take the Asato, which is flat. It's gonna bang. It's not gonna be flush. It's gonna bang.
It won't be flush. Yeah.
So so you get another. Yeah, you get a 48.
So I need a collared adapter.
No, there's a flat adapter that fits on there that comes with it.
But it's probably not M68 though.
No, it's M48.
Yeah,
M68
is it 48 or
Asato.
54? It's either 48 or 54. Yeah.
The one that's on the OAG itself is M48.
The flat adapter is?
Yeah, the flat adapter on the OAG is 48. Then all you need to do is you can get the on the Asato, you get that M54 to M48 adapter. Then if you wanted to add on to have some separation, just put on a spacer. Right? Just add on a spacer to it a bit. There you go. Yeah.
So
no. There's another one that's also
the flat one he's got.
This is the M42.
Oh, it's M42.
This is M40. M48's on there. The M48's on.
But there's also another one that's a female side. There's one that's female.
This is a shorty adapter for Schmidt Cascade. I think this is for the 8.
Right. Yeah, but there's also a flat M48 female.
I don't know if that came in the box. I don't know.
It may not be in your box, but it's there.
I got bits and pieces here all over the place, so I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff that comes with it for sure.
A lot of stuff.
I have a feeling that some of the stuff was missing somewhere, but that's what you get when you buy stuff that is kind of
secondhand.
Well, yeah, and packed in anger, probably.
Packed in anger, packed in disgust.
I got the adapter for the 9 1/4 for the focuser for the EAF. Got the EAF with
and that's just for your rough focus.
That's the EAF for the bracket, right?
Yeah, that's just for your rough focus.
I'm not. Hopefully, it'll never make it on the back of this thing, but.
No, it's already on. No, I thought I had I'm using both the flat sides.
That's fine. No problem.
Because there's an M48 and there's an M42, both flat, female. And since I'm using a 533, I'm using the
M48.
I'm using the M48 on one side and the M42 on the other with the EFW, because that EFW is only a 1 1/4 filter, so it has the M42 in. So I'm using M40 on one end, M42 on the other. It'd be nice if you can actually purchase some extra parts from Celestron. You know,
You can, but you got to get them through dealers.
You know, some extra parts. You know, for your guy. You know, for your OAG, get extra pieces here and there.
You can, but you just got to get them through dealers and not available to the regular public.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When you're ready to upgrade to an 11, get a Moonlight Light Crawler focuser rotator.
Yeah, well, that's the key. Yeah.
How do you feel about the QHY high precision focuser? I love it. I just sold another one. I think I have. Yep, I got one left.
Yeah, Chris, where will we find a dealer that we can get something like that from? Where can we, you know?
I'll be like Vanna White.
Where do we have a dealer? I want to know, where can we find a dealer that I can get extra parts for my Celestron OAG?
If I can get it, I can get it for you. So
I don't know.
Well, all I know is I see that Moonlight does make Newtonian focusers, but
now
I'd have to call Ron and see if they make one that fits the Carbon Star. If it has an adapter that'll fit the Carbon Star. Because if they do, I will be buying one.
So is the QHY a sub-micron?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it is. It's zero backlash, I know. Let me look it up real quick. Body design.
And the QHY, the nice thing about the QHY too, is it has a clutch.
It does. The high precision does. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can disconnect it and manually focus it, you know, to get rough focus.
And that's nice.
Then re-engage it, and then
does
you don't
the
have to sit there.
Do the same or no?
Does it have a clutch? Which one?
Does the Prima Luce, does the Seto do this have a clutch or no?
No clutch.
Yeah.
Okay.
No clutch on that, but it's a 0.4 micron focuser, so it's less than half a micron.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see if I can find out. Let's see.
Oh, by the way, I know this is a little bit off topic. Yeah, let me know when you get that rail.
What, the 645?
Yeah, the 645.
You and everybody else, I got about 6 orders for it.
So yeah. So you guys out on the East Coast, you guys got the crappy weather?
Oh, it's thundering,
hazy,
lightning.
hot, humid, thunder, lightning every day, and
oh yeah, you know they did call the football game yesterday because of thunder and lightning in Ohio. So yeah.
Oh, was this supposed to be the Hall of Fame game? That's right.
Yeah, and it got called in the third quarter. So in the middle of the third quarter. So yeah. Hey, it's a preseason game, so who cares?
Who got inducted this year?
Well, from Chicago, Devin Hester got inducted.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah,
that guy was a beast.
And Steve McMichael, I believe, also got inducted. Julius Peppers, I believe, got inducted.
That's good.
Andre Johnson, who was a wide receiver for the Houston Texans, he got inducted. There's a few others. I just don't remember off the top of my head.
Devin Hester, man, how many kick or punt returns did that guy have in his career?
Like 19 or 20.
God,
yeah, like
19 and he was a machine.
And I mean, he was one of the reasons why they redid a lot of rules when it came to kickoffs. It was awesome. Because of him. So yeah,
he was fun to watch.
He was absolutely fun to watch. Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, I'd be curious to see what everybody else. What projects would you be working on if you didn't have this cloud?
Bad weather.
Yeah.
Well, I was working on the Western Veil. I'd like to get more S2 data on it because I got, I had 3 decent nights. 2 were good. I got HA and O3 and got a good almost 4 hours each on that. And then
Mhm.
it looked like I was going to get a good night. I set up, started doing S2, and I think out of 32 frames or 34 frames, 10-minute each,
Mhm.
I got 14 that were usable. I had to throw everything else out. The cloud started rolling.
Oh my goodness.
But 10-minute, and that was with the WD-20, taking 10-minute exposures.
Keep on wanting
and
to say WD-40.
They were beautiful. They were beautiful. So,
Good. I'm glad that mount worked out. And it turns out to be either somebody was a little bit too nitpicky on some of the things and not wanting to work out the. That's what it sounds like to me.
yeah, I mean, because when I tested it that one night that I, was just testing, and I had intermittent clouds and stuff like that, I figured, well, it's not horrible. Let me put it up and see what I can get.
Right.
I mean, I took a 15-minute long exposures that were perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never.
And you were
done
like
that.
0.22 guiding or something like that, right?
When I ran the what do you call it?
The guiding assistant.
The guiding assistant. Yeah, it was 0.22.
0.22 total RMS.
Total RMS. And the one thing was funny was, usually if I ran the guide assistant with the EQ6R, it shows the star in the little graph and in the crosshairs. You'd see the star drift out,
right, and come back
and then
in,
come back, drift out. That WD-20, it never left the frame. It would never leave the frame. It was always somewhere within that frame the whole time.
Tom, text me after the show. I have them. I totally forgot, man. You need the 16.5 and the 21 millimeter adapter for the 2600, right? Just remind me. Send me an email, please. So I'll send it out in the morning. I'm so sorry. I totally forgot.
He's very busy, Tom.
I'm really busy. You see this, Eric? You see this?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Opal 3.0 Max, huh?
Yeah, got him in.
Yeah, baby. I gotta get my hands on one of them.
I gotta see how that is compared to the 2.0 that I got.
I don't even know. I just got him today.
Okay.
You have the OCal too, right?
I have the OCal too, but I'd like to get the OCal 3. I'd be very curious.
Yeah, it seems that there's a lot of good improvements with it.
Yeah, they're very good, but I will be honest. I thought the instructions are very especially when it comes to Schmidt Cassegrains, they're almost non-existent, right? And you have to really figure out things on your own in a way. And I still haven't perfected it yet, because even using it, and then I would go out and then I would take it outside. The great thing is with the OCal is that you can do things indoors. That's one of the great things about it.
Yeah.
But once I had everything, what I thought is locked in, I go out there and I do a star test, and still, it's like
it's wonky.
It's all wonky. So then I just went ahead and then I'm just redoing it all myself, and just starting all over again. But I'd like to know what the price is of the Mark has the same word. I'd like to know.
Now. Give me a second. 285.
285.
That's not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Yep.
Okay. So I may need you to add that to put it on my tab.
Put it on my tab.
On my tab.
What do you think this is, a charity? What the hell? Say no charity.
Put it on my tab.
I'm like Eric's drug dealer, man. Yeah, man.
Like, you gotta be.
Come on, man.
You gotta be careful. He's gonna send Bruno. He's gonna send Bruno to see if
I know, right?
Dan's
gonna send his fixer on me. He's gonna send Bruno. Hey, you owe Dan for that OCal, man. You don't cough up that money, man. We'll break your legs.
No. That's not my style. That's not my style.
We'll do that back surgery real quick.
My style is like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send over Mike from Breaking Bad. And,
oh yeah.
and you won't even see that guy coming. You know, Eric's like, I'm gonna be sleeping one day. He's like, I will gladly pay you Tuesday for an OCal today. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Tanya.
That guy was great. Mike from
Yeah.
Breaking Bad. Oh, he was awesome.
Oh man, yeah. He was even better in Beverly Hills Cop.
He was good in Better Call Saul too.
He was really good in Better Call Saul. He was really good.
Yeah.
You really got into his character in that one. I thought
Yeah.
you didn't get the whole family kind of aspect that you got with him in Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Apparently, they're not good on bigger SCPs. Just what I read. Again, it's new, Brandon. I'm not sure. I mean,
the OCals?
Yeah, the OCals.
So, are they primarily for Newtonians and
And
RCs?
larger RCs, yeah.
Yeah, larger
RCs.
larger RCs and Newtonians primarily, but you can use them for Schmitz. But yeah, it's and
Well, I have access to a 16. I may try it in Queensboro Community College. I may try it
Okay.
over there.
A 16-inch.
Yeah, 16-inch Mead. Yeah.
Okay, that's a monster. Jeez.
Oh man, you have no idea.
now what? So the question goes back. Okay, if the OCal isn't the solution for a Schmidt to get really good, to lock in your collimation while it's indoors, do you need to really consider like that HOTEC laser collimator?
Here's the thing. I've used that many times. I've used that.
I have one. I use it for primary setup, but then you still got to use a visual. I bought the concentric circle. It's like
rings. The rings.
But yeah, but it's like Cheshire.
Yeah.
With the concentric circles.
Yep.
Man, that works really good. That has been the last time I collimated the Newtonian was with that, and it has stood up. And I leave it up, so it's like once I got it set, but man, it worked fantastic.
Yeah, that HOTEC is like almost like $500.
Yeah, but here's the thing with the HOTEC, right? You can't use. And I may screw this up. If I screw this up, I apologize. You can't use it anything smaller than 7 1/4 inches, because there's not enough space to return the beam, and you can't use it with anything more than a 14. So it's 7 1/4 to 14. Now that usually is where people kind of reside.
That's usually the wheelhouse. Yeah, that's usually the wheelhouse.
But the whole thing is, if one of those lasers, and it's possible, I've seen it happen. There's 3 laser diodes in the back of this board, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If one of those lasers
is a little off,
you're screwed, and you got to have that laser recollimated.
Yeah.
And
so it sucks. You have to collimate your laser before you can collimate.
Well, as long as you, again, just like with anything, as long as you don't bang it, drop it, whatever, the odds of you knocking it out of collimation are relatively high. It's not really going to happen.
Yeah.
But it has happened. I've done it. I've seen it. I literally, was collimating in Camera Concepts on the side, and a customer came by and knocked over the tripod, and that was it. The tripod that the collimator was on, and knocked it over. And even though it was all dark in the area, and we had things saying "Don't go there," they still went there and knocked it over. So,
I mean, I have the Howie Gladder as well.
So do I.
With the single point and the concentric circle adapter.
Yep.
So even doing like the Newtonian, I could use that single point to make sure that it goes down off the secondary right into that ring in the middle of that primary.
Yeah,
and I know that that's lined up, and then I can move to the concentric rings, the Cheshire,
to make sure that your mirror is,
and make sure the mirrors are all
right.
Yep.
And that's great for like for Newtonians and stuff like that. But for your Schmitz, it's very limiting with what you can do, what you can utilize other than a star
A
test. I'd be
defocused star, yeah. I mean, the
Yeah,
way I saw Dylan O'Donnell do his, he's like, it's the best way to do it. Just defocus a star.
He's got the pencil.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
takes
yeah,
a
that's
little
how- yeah.
pencil and he goes, okay, we're tweaking this one, tweak that one, and
Yeah.
done. And I think that's one of those things where, you know, once you get into routine and practice that, it's probably pretty
Yeah, it is. It's not that hard. You know, once you get to that point, I would be very curious to know how Celestron collimates their SCTs before they're getting shipped.
It's on a workbench
Or
inside.
if
Yeah,
they're
they're using an artificial star probably.
It's on a workbench. So I mean, they literally have a slide with a workbench that's probably like a football field long. Because if they're doing 14-inch Schmitz and column, I know they're collimating them there, right? Because
that's what I'm saying. They're collimating in there.
But you know what? They're probably using something very similar, like an OCal or something like that. Some sort of laser.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have to be using some sort of laser.
Because
The
an
tripod-
artificial star, unfortunately, has to be so far away.
It has to be. Yeah.
Depending on your focal length. I think I want to say the 8-inch is something like 60 meters, which is 180 feet.
Yes, it is about that. Yeah, it's almost adjustable.
And then so you go up to like 400 feet at the 14-inch. It's like a football field.
Exactly.
So I'm sure they're using something on a workbench with an interferometer where they kind of do that kind of stuff. I'm sure they're using high technology to do that, not like artificial stars and stuff like that.
Plus the thing is, ideally too, Eric, once you're using, because you have the
they put a little Chinese guy.
You have the focuser. You lock your mirror, right?
Yes.
So you get rough focus, lock your mirror. So I mean, ideally, once you lock that mirror, then it's just that one adjustment you have to worry about.
And that's why the 15 millimeters or so that the Asato gives you is enough.
Yeah.
Because you're able to move that mirror first, lock it in, do the 3 lockdowns, and then you can use the rear cell.
Yeah.
Then you defocus your star and you get your collimation. And ideally, once that's locked in and you've got it on the mount, you don't change anything, it should stay perfect.
And that's exactly what I do. Because for me, I even use the hex screws. So I'm using an Allen key versus the Bob's knobs. For me, the Bob's knobs, they move. Yes.
Yeah, they're not as tight.
Yeah. Yes. So with me using a hex screw and using an Allen key, I can go in there and it's tight, and I can lock that sucker. I have like an M3, I think it's like 12 millimeters or something like that, because you can look up the length screw of the screw.
Yeah.
The length of the screw, you can look it up on Celestron's website. And once I did that and I'm using that Allen key, it makes it a lot easier because now I'm not having to deal with, screwdrivers or that type of stuff. You risk hurting damaging or scratching your corrector plate. It's just an Allen key. You stick the Allen key right into that hex screw and it's go.
I know that I remember very distinctly that Scott Cole again pops up in mind. Put a link on there for nylon tipped hex screwdrivers.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah,
and so, God forbid you do onto your corrector. Yeah. At least it's with a nylon tip and not a metal pointed sharp screwdriver.
Exactly. Or something. Now I also used wing nut. Stainless steel wing nut screws.
Yep, with a locking nut. Yep.
Yeah, with a locking nut, and that was worked really well too. But for some reason it didn't work out the best for me. That's why I went ahead with the hex screws. But yeah, especially during the winter. Can you imagine if you're in a cold in the winter and you're trying to mess around with Bob's knobs or something like that? forget about it. So having, a hex key, a hex screw, or those, those wing nuts that you can just, with your gloves on, you can still turn that swing nut. It's a lot nicer.
Yep.
So.
But there's no locking screw on the Smith,
No.
right? It's just
No.
So that's the difference between a Newtonian too. So you have that center locking screw too. So you're
right.
Just once you get that center and you get the secondary lined up straight, and everything's tightened down, you're literally just loosening, tightening, and and once everything's there, everything's tight. You're not. It doesn't fall out that often. It's more the primary that's on the springs that might drift. So once you get the secondary, at least what I found on the Newtonian is secondary. Once that's lined up, it's just a matter of tweaking your primary ever so slightly here.
1 minute picture of the week. Nope, it's gone. Forget it.
All right, let's do it.
Before we do that, just one thing. You missed this on Wednesday. This is a new giveaway.
It's a cool giveaway.
I was approached by the agent of Chris Lintott, who is a Oxford professor, and he wrote a book. And they asked me if I wanted to give away a couple of copies. So this is my copy. But we will be giving away 3 copies for the next 3 months, once a month, for free shipping. They'll drop ship it right to your house. It's about accidental astronomy and how the luck of stargazing can shape our view of the universe. So it's pretty cool.
Nice.
So definitely check it out. I've already read a couple of chapters already. It is, believe it or not, on Audible, which is probably what I'll end up finishing the book on. And that's actually narrated by Professor Lintott. So pretty cool. So if you want to get involved with that giveaway, go to astroweb.com, go on the giveaways. It's up, it's ready to go. You can sign up and get your free book.
I just signed up.
I'm going to kick you out.
You asshole.
You asshole. That's only because you're wearing a Jameson shirt that's swilled that you drank. What is that?
It's fine.
It's not.
It is fine.
So real quick, I am going to share a couple of things here. We have from Miguel Escada. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. He is our novice winner. So here's his image of the veil. He took this with his Red Cat.
Nice.
His Red Cat 51.
I see Pickering's triangle in there. I see both veils. I see
Pickering triangle. Yep, both veils. Yeah, I mean, really nicely done. I tell you, this looks like a freaking exomorph from Alien. I swear to God, it does.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
It totally does. So he took this with his Red Cat 51 and his ASI 2600 MC.
Nice.
81 300-second images.
Wow. Awesome.
So congrats to him. We have Dave's. Wait a minute. Dave.
What?
Let's take a look at yours. So of the Western Veil.
Very purple, Dave.
Very cool.
It's SHO. It's SHO.
That's SHO?
Yeah.
Hey.
There's green in there for you, Dan.
I see a little bit.
And we had from Josh, we had M81 and M82.
Why do all your pictures come up like that, man?
These are all from the from inside the
I gotcha. Inside WordPress. All right.
Yeah. So, but I just wanted to share these just so everybody can see. So, all right. So let me go back here to the poll. So we only had 18 votes. So I apologize because, it's probably a while for me, because I didn't get it on you get this set up.
Maybe.
So that's
You're fired.
Yeah. Hey, you had access to this too, brother.
Nah. I handed the ball, man.
So with 18 votes for our first image of the week for the month of August 2024, between Josh and Dave, we have our winner is Dave. Congratulations, sir, with 11 votes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Need more people to come in. Get more people, get more votes, and we'll get that up.
Yeah, I will. This year, this weekend, I will get everything ready to go for this weekend. I think it's already set. I'll just double check and make sure. But congratulations there, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Cool.
So don't forget, everything will be opened up tomorrow. A novice folder and an experience folder. Go ahead and I think I put up the image of the month. I think that's already up there.
Yeah, I think they were up. I thought they were.
I thought I already took care of that.
Oh no, they're not. They're not up there.
Oh no, no.
Yeah, it just ended. So
July. Yeah, it just ended. So I'll be working on that this weekend.
Okay.
So no, that'll be up soon.
Cool.
So
all right.
I want to make sure that stuff gets taken care of before I go out of town. I will be out of town in a couple. I'll be out of town in a couple weeks down in Texas, so we need to make sure that it's all done.
Yeah, this is going to be unless if you guys are I know me and Dave are both on vacation this week.
Yes.
So Eric, you're either by your lonesome with somebody, or
Tom and Norm, we're all talking big game last Wednesday.
That's right. We're trying to throw it out there to some of the regulars to be guests on the show to kind of give us a day off one of these days. Did you find a place in Georgia, Eric?
No, unfortunately, we're still waiting. It's almost like a scenario of hurry up and wait because just like, you guys talking about being on vacation, a lot of the powers that be are on vacation. So until they come back, I'm in a holding pattern right now. Gotcha. But, we've been on Zillow a lot.
I bet.
Looking at stuff and, it's just that type of a market that it's a seller's market, very low inventory, and people are swooping in, they want a house. There's a house up for sale. They're buying them. So it is what it is.
Looking at this guy here. It's a big guy cam. It's not bad. It's a 174. It's not bad.
Yeah, 174 is a good size chip.
Yeah.
That's the one I use, is the 174.
That's what this guy is. 174 mini.
Yep, 174.
I use the hockey puck.
I have the 178 hockey puck on my refractor. What did I do, Warren? What did I do?
Are you guys going at it again?
I don't know.
Oh, no, it was you and Gideon the other night.
Oh, Gideon. Yeah, Gideon is going nuts, man.
Hey, you two are going at it.
The show really went. All there was a sea of blue on the chat. It was just Gideon's name going off.
Railing on Dan.
Oh
Wow.
God, that was a mess. What do you mean no days off, Corin? Come on, man. This is hard work. All right. Well, image. Oh, we got to do a Masters of Pix Insight giveaway, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let me grab that up here. All right, here we go. Masters of Pix Insight giveaway for the last thing of the night. We're gonna be doing. Let's see, when is it? Is it this Tuesday? I think it's this Tuesday.
I think you did. Yeah, I think you looked at the other.
Because they're doing it
week,
right before
week.
Starfest, I think. Might have hit the wrong button. I'm trying to.
Well,
type.
Fredo, get some imaging done if it's clear.
Mm-hmm.
Master of Pix Insight. Next tutorial is it's August 13th. It's after Starfest. And that is Photons to Photos, number 21, the Trifid Nebula in LRGB.
Oh, cool.
All right. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. Rock and roll. Nice and easy tonight. And the winner is... Oh, my goodness. Are you serious?
That'll make up for Wednesday night.
Hold on. We'll just remove that and do it again. How about that? No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
Oh, that's hysterical.
All right, Kitty. You know the deal. You'll get an email, and Pete will get back to you and give you the voucher for it. So
that's cool.
All right, cool. All right. It's about time to get a refill and time to go to bed because I swear I'm only working 3 hours tomorrow. That's the only reason why I'm drinking tonight.
Yeah, I gotta finish packing and
I didn't even start.
I gotta get my better half to finish her packing because she procrastinates the whole week and
that's me. That's me.
I'll be ready to get in the car and go to the airport and she'll be like, I still haven't packed.
I gotta make sure I gotta put my mount together. I gotta make sure I got all my wires, pack it all. When I go away, outside, I even go to a star party in Pennsylvania, I set up my rig totally and make sure everything works, and then I pack up everything in its own bag so I know I have everything, and then throw in a couple extra cables and stuff like that just in case.
That's smart.
I always do it because you know what? No, it's not smart.
Are you taking the Knicks?
I'm taking the Knicks, yeah.
Yeah,
but it's not smart. I'm really dumb. So because I forget something all the time. So that's why I've made myself do this because I keep on forgetting things. So
how can you forget something if you have everything set up, you test it, it's working, you get
but that's why I do it. I set it up and pack it because I'm constantly forgetting things if I don't.
Or else he would forget it.
Yeah. So that I've trained myself to do this so I don't screw up my vacation. So there's too many times that I've like one time I went out east with my 18-inch Obsession. Now you figure an Obsession is not a big deal, right? It's the rocker box, the upper cage, and tubes.
Yeah.
So out of those three things, what do you think I forgot?
The rocker box.
No, I'm not going to forget that. I forgot the tubes. The tubes. So I got the rocker box and I got the upper cage. And I was like, my buddy Ron's in a wheelchair. I said, Ron, do me a favor. Just hold this like this. I'm going to look and see if I can see anything.
Hold it steady. Hold it steady for crying out loud.
He's like, I'm in a freaking wheelchair. Oh, funny
Oh
stuff.
man, that's
Yeah, it looks
funny.
like me and Ron are going to be going to Black Forest. It looks like this year again, so that's going to be good.
That's
That
cool.
goes on sale for those of you. It goes on sale in 4 days. 4 days.
4 days.
8 p.m.
Okay.
What do you got
And
there?
that's end of September, right?
No, beginning.
Beginning of September.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beginning. What has Eric got showing off here? What is
Yeah.
this?
Showing up, you know,
Stargazer
I was
sheds.
on. Yeah, I was watching Nico Carver, his videos of him building his
Yep.
shed, right? His observatory, and then he also was talking. And then he met with, I guess, one of his neighbors or someone, or fellow astronomer who also had a roll-off roof. But they had their roll-off roof to create built by this company here, and he had this on his show, on his YouTube channel. He was talking about these guys, Solvus Structures. And they actually make lots of different outdoor themed sheds. You know, home office, she shed, man cave. A golf shed, so if you want to put the simulator, you know, or hunting blinds or dog kennels. But you know, this one is, you know, was the Stargazer sheds. So they had these Stargazer sheds here, and of different types. They had different examples, and they have them different sizes. I guess this is one that has a warm room.
Yep.
Here and everything, which is very cool. But honestly, this may be a bit out of my budget.
You might be surprised, man.
Well, right now they're gonna, you know, you can ask for a quote, but they have different options, different things they can do. They can even prep the site and all of this other stuff. They even have a virtual tour here, but their prices just put it off. It's like yikes.
Holy crap!
Wait.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah, and these are and these are meant to be a guide and don't include, you know, any delivery or custom features.
Oh my god!
So
I'll get the. I'll spend $700 for Sky Shed. I could probably buy the material for just. I could probably save about $10,000 on that thing.
Yeah, and then, you know, and then get a hold of our guys and our friends at Dark Dragons. You know,
well, that's God, my goodness, wow.
It was like, wow. But if you are looking for a shed, you know, or a roll-off roof, and you would like to have them, and this is, I'm sure, they're building.
And money's no object.
Money's no object, you know, or financing, or you do have financing options. But yeah, I just found these really, you know, the renderings are really nice.
What are the financing options? I want a heart attack. Hold on a second. What are the financing?
30 years at 15%.
Yeah, who knows? But you know, you can do different things and stuff like that. So
20 years, it says.
Yeah, 20 years, rent now, you know, all that sort of stuff. But anyway, yeah. But I just found these very interesting. You know,
they are. They're pretty expensive though.
They're pretty expensive though. But there are, you know, there's companies out there who, if you are interested in getting a roll-off roof and you don't have the, you know, ability to build it yourself, and like Dave even said, if money's no object or anything like that, or you can look into these guys here at mysheds.com, or you know, or reach out to a contractor or what have you. So just one of those things. It's like, why? But you know, it's like, yow, that's something. And you know what? This could be, you know, these prices could vary. These could have been some old pricing. Who knows? But so I'm not going to lock in and say that, you know, this is their price. But it's very interesting.
It also includes electric.
Yes, it does include electric. It does include electric and a lot of other, you know, features and add-ons and stuff like that. So
70 amp breaker box.
Yeah, that's a big. That's a good sized breaker box. 70 amps. You're gonna, that's gonna power everything you need, especially even your warm.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like everything's all inclusive as far as
It's all
workings,
inclusive.
That being
electronics.
Yeah, so
That
I'm
may
sure
not be
that
a bad
you
idea.
have other things. So so if it's doing all of that stuff, your electrical, they're prepping the site, perhaps all these different things. This may not be a bad way to go.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's a lot of other, you've got other options that you can do, like interior options and stuff, like the flooring, and 'cause you can even choose your flooring. It looks like. So
Yeah, you can.
it may not be a bad thing. I mean, it just depends. And if this is something that's in a person's wheelhouse, and a lot of people, they really would like to have an observatory. So
yeah, I won't even look at that until after I move. I'll look at that.
Exactly.
That's me. So that's one of those things. When you guys were asking about Georgia, that may be one of those you got to look into.
Steve, it is a little bit pricey for me.
It is a little pricey.
But if you think about it, it all includes, if it includes an electric installation and everything, it just doesn't include delivery of the materials. So that's going to cost a couple $1,000 too. So think about that. But I don't know. We'll see.
Keep playing that lottery, boys.
Yeah. Tom said after what happened in the market this week.
Oh, what happened in the market? I haven't been watching. I've been working. Anything?
Oh yeah, it tanked. I mean, it took it was bad. So I'm gonna write a cat food. Tom's gonna write a cat food cookbook.
Got to go to fidelity.com and look at my stuff here.
Don't bother.
Let's see.
He's gonna do some great things with pate and fancy feasts.
Wow. Yikes. Oh, that's not cool. That'll come back, though.
To do it.
That'll come back. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, see, Chris, there you go. He didn't have the time or want to put in the effort, so he was very happy to pay with his. If you are in that, situation, and you're able to, hey, go for it.
Yeah, I mean that is I'm with you, Chris. I'm in the same thing. There's no way I would do what Eric did and build all that stuff myself. Number one, I don't have the time. Number one, I don't have the talent nor the inclination to even be bothered with it. So
amen to that.
Yeah, I can't. I am the guy that paid my two little Spanish friends to dig a 4-foot hole in my backyard to put my pier in there. And we almost lost one of them. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but I got a picture of one guy holding one guy by a leg trying to bail out the bottom. So so my buddy Roberto and my buddy Ivan came over and
that's funny.
They're actually good construction people. They're really good. They have their own business, but so they help.
Thomas says the shed is pre-built. They give you the specs for the base, then come and drop the whole unit. Norm says that's the price you pay for a turnkey building. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
So,
that may be worth it. And if it's got financing options, if you do something, I mean, it's half the cost of a car, right? So most cars are paid off in 6 years. So if you do it in 3.
Yeah. That's true.
It's really what, $500 a month, 3 years?
Yeah. 3 years, you're good. Yep. Absolutely.
Depending on how much interest they nail you for. But,
right.
But
exactly.
All right, fellas. It's final thoughts time. Nobody has nothing.
Well, like I said, final thoughts. Anybody needs a special adapter, hit me up. Give me the specs. I'll see what I can do. I got a guy who's good with tools.
You got a guy.
I got a guy. And he really enjoys the challenge. And so far, it's looking like he's gonna make a great adapter for my new mount. So, other than that, you guys have a great vacation. Have fun in Canada.
Oh yeah.
Tell the boys I said hello.
I definitely will.
I'll be just on the other side of Lake Michigan.
What? Yep. Looks like I'm going to be staying in Starfest for maybe one of the nights, which I swore I'd never do ever again. But it's going to be cold, and I'm not going to be happy, and I'm going to be miserable. And I'm going to look at Sean looking like, you know, what Mr. Freeze from what is that one? It was the fire guy and the frozen guy from Rudolph.
Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
Heat Miser. I don't know. Was it Snow Miser? I know it was Heat Miser.
Yeah, Snow Miser and Heat Miser.
Yeah, he looked like Snow Miser with the big hooked nose with the kind of like icicle coming off the end. Yeah, so.
He's Mr. Heat Miser. He is the.
Can I tell you that gave me nightmares as a kid for like years.
Oh yeah, you and me both, brother. I did not.
I had nightmares about that. My parents would make me not watch it for like until I turned like 12.
I love those.
When I was 6, man, it was like You'd be hiding behind the chair. Wait, is it over? I hear the music.
It was the abominable snowman that always scared me.
Oh, when you saw the big thing crawling over the hill of ice.
Yeah.
Oh, that was not made for kids. That was made to scare the crap out of kids. That's what that was.
That's what it was for.
Yeah,
but no, again, you know, as far as final thought, I hope everybody has a great weekend. You guys have a great vacation. I'll keep you guys posted if I'm going to do anything. I'll be honest, I'm probably not going to, because I've got a garage sale to deal with next weekend.
Oh, there you go.
So
That'll
it's
be
going to
fun.
be. Oh yeah. I'm really looking forward to it.
Nope, not me. I hate them.
No,
Excuse me.
thank you.
Did you say Jerry Callow? I did. Jerry Callow's dead. I know he's dead. I didn't say Jerry Callow. I said Jerry Gallo.
Yeah.
With a G. Sorry. All right, fellas. Great show. Thank you, Eric, for getting some legitimacy to the show as opposed to last week's, because that was a disaster.
Yeah, having some conversation.
We had a lot of fun. Me and Dave had a lot of fun talking, but very little astronomy going on last Wednesday.
It was a free for all.
Yeah, it really was. It was but you know what? It was cool. It was fine. But again, don't forget to sign up for the giveaway for accidental astronomy. Hopefully, watch out for my updates on the tube tech. We're definitely going to try this up in Canada. We're going to try it and see if we can get it running. Don't know. It's still in beta. I heard it's not fully functional yet, even when you get it running. But you saw it tonight. I was able to connect to the app, and we'll see. I'm going to see what I can do as far as.
Be interesting to see you get at least connected to your mount.
Get connected to my mount, the cameras, and that kind of stuff, and we'll see what happens. You know what I did notice? So it is relatively heavier than the ASI Air. It is heavier. Absolutely. I noticed the first thing I noticed as soon as it came out of the box. ASI Air is very light. There's a lot of air in there. This is solid, man. Solid. Same crappy antenna though. This thing's a piece of crap.
Standard Wi-Fi antenna.
Horrible. Anyway,
Tarek, go get some sleep.
Yep. Everybody go to bed. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Have a great night. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the the 13th or so?
Yeah, I'll be back.
14th. 14th is
14th,
Wednesday.
yeah. 12th Monday, yeah. 14th.
Don't forget, still though, even though it may not be a show, put in your stuff for the end of the week. If not, I'll do like I did before, and I'll announce it over YouTube.
Okay, yeah. Put them in, and everybody vote.
Absolutely.
Vote.
Yeah, let's get over 18 votes, man. That's pretty ugly. We were going up. We had 30s, 40s, and 50s, and then we went down to 18.
It seems to always happen when I put an image in. Nobody wants to vote.
They're like, well, crap. Dave just put in. I may as well.
Now it's garbage. All right, everybody. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Enjoy it. We'll see you when I get back. I'm sure you'll see Eric on YouTube over the course
Next
of the week
Friday.
or picture of the week.
Yep.
Thanks everybody for hanging in there. Hopefully we'll have a little live stream from Canada. As long as the internet, I'll be at Sean's and Ron's house somewhere along the way. Probably meet up with Wayne and Peter Proul as well. So
Cool.
So that's my plan. We'll see how it works out. So have a great night. Have a great weekend. And remember, as always, to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you when we get back. Enjoy.
Have a great time, everybody. Bye.
Adios.